So we're going to look at the manatees now. It is very cramped in this tank. I mean, very, very cramped.
3, 2, 1. Hi everybody, I'm Jeff Ventre. I'm with Mariah Kirby and Jett from Blackfish, and we're going to talk today with her about her observations regarding Lolita and the Miami Seaquarium.
So, to get started, we're wondering if you could give us a little bit of background on why you're interested in the whole marine mammal captivity issue, Mariah.
Well, everything started when I was young in elementary school, and my mom actually did take me to SeaWorld because I loved whales and dolphins so much, and being landlocked in Missouri, I'd never seen them before. And from there, I had this whole dream of like becoming a SeaWorld trainer. I even have a document that I made in elementary school saying, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I put killer whale rider. And like I wanted to ride the killer whales like the trainers did. And I had that mindset all the way up until I actually saw Blackfish. And I'd actually seen like news articles and stuff about it before I actually watched documentary. Then I watched it and then did more of my own research and realized that I really wanted to get them out of captivity instead of working with them in captivity.
So you heard John say the famous line, when you look into their eyes, you know somebody's home.
Yeah, right.
or you definitely jumped in the wrong pool. Those are two of my favorite lines from the movie.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So Mariah, we communicated about a month ago or so, and you told me that you were going to go to Miami, and we were just kind of knocking the idea around, and you talked about maybe protesting or going inside and collecting intelligence about the park, and so that's what you decided to do, and went in there and took a bunch of photographs as well as videos that we'll hope to insert into the edited version of this video and talk about some of these things. So what was your first impression when you walked into Lolita's tank, so to speak?
Well, when I first walked into the park, I was very underwhelmed. I mean, it's just from the most unbiased opinion I can give, it's very small from what I was imagining, like the whole park itself. And there was a lot of people there, but most of the people were foreign from other countries. And I mean, I heard many types of languages being spoke. I didn't see very many like American citizens there. And my first impression is, holy crap, there's so many dolphins. I mean, there's so many, and there's 3 or 4 different places that they're held, and I only saw 4 of them being used at a time during one show, and the rest of the time they were just kind of swimming around and not doing anything. So my first impression was this place is not even trying to, look appealing at all.
So it's appealing to foreign consumers, foreign tourists, and you also took some pictures of the dolphins' teeth. Can you tell us anything about what that was like?
Right, so the first show I went to was the Flipper show, I think it was called, and of course I kind of knew what to look for as far as pictures go, and I got really close, zoomed up with my camera to the inside of their mouths, and there was 4 dolphins in total, and none of the 4 dolphins had the regular teeth that they're supposed to have. Large, pointy teeth, all up and on the top and bottom. And when I zoomed in even closer, they had just holes. They were deep holes where all of their teeth would be. And I saw it on the first dolphin, and then when they were all lined up, I saw that all of their mouths were like that. One of them had little nubs, but the rest of them were just complete holes where they're just completely without teeth.
So we know that, especially at places like SeaWorld, the captive killer whales break their teeth, they grind their teeth down because they're bored, and they chew and chomp on the hard tank surfaces. So with your observations on the dolphins, what do you attribute their teeth problems to at the Miami Seaquarium?
Well, immediately after the show ended, I stayed after the crowd left, and the first thing I noticed was this one dolphin. He immediately started following the trainer as she was walking around cleaning up or doing whatever, and he picked up this giant rock in his mouth. And it wasn't a smooth rock. I mean, it wasn't just like it was almost looked like coral, but it was a rock. And it was pointy and good size. And he was carrying it around in his mouth, following the trainer around the pool. He was gnawing on it. He was kind of like taking his mouth and kind of flipping it up in the air and trying to play catch with it. He would put it down in the water, pick it back up, and things like that. So I'm sure that has something to do with it. And it was immediately after the show was over, as if he knew that's what he wanted to do next, because he didn't want to, spend time doing nothing, swimming around. So he just went straight to his rock.
I'm wondering if that was a intentional piece of enrichment, or whether it was a foreign object that the dolphin was used to maybe solicit the trainers around the pool for an additional herring or smelt or something along those lines.
Did you see any dolphins actually chewing on any of the other hard tank surfaces while you were there? Bars or anything like that?
No, I couldn't get. There was a section where it would split into a different pool, and I couldn't see what was even splitting the two up. I don't know if it was bars or anything like that, but as far as like chewing goes, I saw the rock, and I couldn't see on the rest of the inside of the tank. But I don't believe that it was intentionally there for enrichment, because there was multiple rocks in where you could look over the fence. It was kind of like you could see like algae and stuff inside of the tank. So I think it was just kind of there, and the dolphin just kind of knew he could entertain himself with it.
So for
Now we're just gonna go back to swimming around, doing nothing, playing with a couple rocks that are in there. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to go, so.
Hello.
Hi, Mariah.
Hi, how's it going?
You know John, Jett, sort of?
We haven't met, but it's nice to meet you.
Hi, Mariah.
We've got your stuff printed out here.
Okay, yeah, I gotta pull up on my computer too.
I purchased a program that I haven't tried yet. It's a program for recording Skype. And
Okay.
so what I want to do is play with it for a second.